All right, we'll start off with the measurement. And I already have the boards cut to length. I'm gonna go ahead and use an 80 grit sanding pad. Sand them down with 80 grit. All right, guys, I got this hardware online. I'll show you where I got it. It'll be in the description. I had to cut these down because my boards were 2x6, but they're really 5.5. But the hardware was actually 6 inches, so my bad on ordering those like that. But here's a little jig that I bought. It will be in the description. But this made it a whole lot easier with this jig. So you just line it up, drill it in place, and then you have your drill bit lined up the whole way. So it's going to cut it straight. I just put that little line across so it'll line up even. You want to make sure that you stop it before it goes all the way through the wood. There's no stop block on here. So you have to make sure that you don't drill it too much. That'll be in the description too, where I got this carving bit. On this side, I just went ahead and cut it out. I know I kind of outlined it there, but I just cut the whole section out. You'll see the difference. Anyway, the idea is to cut out a little groove. I just wanted them flush with the wall. I don't mind if you see a little bit underneath, but I just wanted it flush from the wall so there's not a big gap. So, I mean, that'll work for me. I already made a straight line on the wall, and I'm gonna cross it. So I know I need it right there. All right. I already have my straight line on the wall that I penciled in. So you can see I lined up the holes and just put a center like that. Okay. So we'll grab 4 of these. There's actually a board behind here, so I didn't need these little drywall reinforcements. So I went ahead and drilled them in just the regular screws at this point. So for the top shelf, it didn't have a board behind it, so I did get to use these little drywall reinforcements. So I just screw those in place, and then you just screw the screw right into them. See, this one I just left recessed. You can see the bottom little lip that's still there, and you will see the difference here in a second. So on the first one I did, you can see I cut all the way through, and you see a little bit. But the top one, where I show you where I left that little lip, this is pretty much pressed up against the wall. So okay, that's my ventilation. I'm going to do this in the room. So I got this darker Kona, I think I'm saying it right, Kona wood stain color in 1 coat. Results 3 times faster. Okay, so it dries in an hour. So I got these little staining pads. So HDX, go ahead and alright, so I'm going to touch a little like that, and we'll start staining, okay? So once you apply the stain, you want to let it set up for 2 or 3 minutes, and then you can start wiping off the excess. So let it sit in for a good 2 or 3 minutes. I went ahead and put some tape on here. I should do this in the beginning. So I didn't want to get it on my wall, so it's best to put some tape on it. Or stain it off the wall, then put it on the wall. So you want to take like a microfiber cloth and then just wipe this down. You want to get everything off of it. So give it a good stir. I like to use these foam pads. It's a lot better than using a brush because then you're worried about getting the bristles stuck in the actual clear coat. So these just are real smooth, and you don't have to worry about any streaks. So what we got here is the first coat, guys. We went ahead and did the first coat. It says to do, it recommends 3 coats. So I'm gonna come back, I set a timer, come back, do my second coat and then third coat. If you do the first coat and you let it sit for over 12 hours, it recommends you sand it down a little and then do your second coat. But if you're just gonna hit this up after 4 hours, you don't need to sand. Just set a timer, come back 4 hours, hit it up again, and it should come out looking pretty good. All right, guys, so this is the final product. I wanted to go ahead and show it to you all finished, what we done to it, what my wife did to it, but it did come out pretty good. I want to say that. I did like putting that gloss on here so it's easier to clean. I will go over some of the costs. So the Dowel Rod Jig kit with the drill bit was $43. The floating shelf brackets were $22. But keep in mind, I have enough for 2 more shelves for the front bathroom that we're going to do next. The polyurethane was $17. The wood stain was $14. Those were for quartz. You can get like a little sample size to still do this job. I didn't use much of it. The foam brushes, I bought the whole pack. It was like $8. You do go through a lot of those foam brushes if you're going to do something like this. You can find a 2x4 anywhere or 2x6 anywhere, so you don't have to go buy a board. You can find one anywhere. So keep that in mind. That little Dremel Carving Bit I used was $14. So if you already have a Dremel and you want to go over this route and do it this way, you can. Or you can just take a saw and cut up a bunch of little chunks and chip it out with the like a little pick or something and just knock them out. You can do something like that. But overall, this is like a quick little job, and it doesn't take long to do. It took me a couple days because I just kept getting interrupted with things, but you could probably get away with this in like a little, you know, 4 to 8 hour span of doing this. So it doesn't take long for the stain. It does take a lot longer though for the clear coat, because when you stain it, you let it sit for like an hour and then it's dry. It's good for the stain part. But the clear coat, you want to do a clear coat and then let it sit for 4 hours, do another clear coat, let it sit for 4 hours, and then do your third clear coat to finish it off. So that's what takes the longest. So if you like this video, hit the like button for us, subscribe, and we will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching.